And if you haven't hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Bears, our Bears talk, so make sure you get in tune with us. How important is it for the Chicago Bears to come out of Sunday with a win? For this season, this is not a long-term prediction. This is not a long-term assessment, right? At the end of the day, this entire season comes down to, is Justin Fields developing? Do we have some nice pieces on defense? Do we have some nice pieces on offense? What do we have heading into next season when we have the most money that we're in the NFL, when we have our full slate of picks, when we have possibly more picks if we end up moving on from some guys that are pretty good, right? Or show you that they're pretty good. But at the end of the day, you still look at things in what this season is. And here's my thing. If I'm looking at this season alone, when I look at this Chicago Bears team, I see a team that is on the precipice of something that could be bigger than even they expect. What do I mean? There's a lot of young talent on this team, and a lot of times young talent has no idea that it's not supposed to be good yet. And when I say young talent, I mean, like, I don't know. We don't know what these guys are going to be. These guys have shown us some flashes in preseason and in that first game, but we don't know what they're going to be long term. But a lot of times when you look at those guys don't know that, hey, I'm not supposed to be that good yet. I'm not supposed to be a good player. I'm not supposed to be dominating on this end. I'm not supposed to be figuring things out about Hall of Fame left tackles. I'm not supposed to be figuring things out about veterans on the other side, right? Like, those are the things that you look at. And so, to me, right, a lot of times wins in this case can breed a lot of confidence in a team. And it not only breeds confidence in the team players on the field, but now all of a sudden, right, the players are playing with a little bit more intensity. They're playing with a little bit more hustle. They're playing with a little bit more tenacity. They're playing with a little bit more smarts, right? And all of a sudden, now you're looking at this and saying, oh, the coaching staff is looking at it and saying, oh, look at that. I can open up this playbook a little bit more because you guys are doing a little bit more. You're showing me a little bit more. You're attacking a little bit more. You're more confident. So when I look at the importance of this single game on the season as a whole, right, I can't say that this is going to destroy the Bears season. I can't say that this is going to propel the Bears to all of a sudden make the Super Bowl. But what I will say is this. If you're a young team and in back-to-back weeks you've proven to yourself that, hey, no, we can beat the 49ers defense. I don't care if it's a monsoon. We can beat the 49ers defense that everybody said was going to shut us down. In your second week, oh, we can beat Aaron Rodgers, who everybody said was going to dominate the division. Now he's 0-2. Oh, we can compete with the best in the NFL. And then you got 2 games after that against Houston and New York. Now, New York kind of going through a similar thing, right? But you've got 2 games after that where you look at it and maybe you go, hey, I think we might have something here. I think we might be a little bit better than what most teams think. And there's going to be a comeback to earth game for sure. But at least to start this season, if this young Chicago Bears team can start this season 2-0, then all of a sudden you're heading into week 3 and you're saying, no, you're not on our level. And it's about the confidence in specific players as well. Guess what? Justin Fields gets that confidence. If Justin Fields all of a sudden says, ooh, that's the first time I beat Aaron. Bears quarterbacks don't beat Aaron Rodgers. That's the first time I beat Aaron. And it's with a receiving core that they said is subpar. It's with an offensive game plan that they said is subpar. It's with an offensive side of the football that they said is subpar. If all of a sudden you come out of that with a win, that could propel you a long way in this season. That could all of a sudden shift that could shift the mentality of where this team thinks it is, right? Because you're only as strong as your weakest link. Maybe your weakest link does believe, hey, man, at the end of the day, I like what we have here, but we're still a 9-8 team. I like what we have here, but we're still a young team that's trying to figure it out, right? Like maybe that's the mindset of your weakest link on this team. But when you start to beat teams, all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute now. Maybe we can get this mug. Maybe we can win some more games. Maybe we can take those next steps. This season is all about taking steps, but that doesn't mean that you can't take big steps. And I'm not going to lie to you. I look at this Packers game as one where if the Chicago Bears come out of it on the other side with a dub, and then you've got two teams that you might feel maybe the Giants on a little bit of a come up, but you've got two teams that maybe all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, we got the Jags next, or we got the Texans next week. We can beat them. We beat them. We got New York after that. We can beat them. We beat them. That's a mindset thing. And sometimes an uptick in your mindset is the thing that puts you on that next level, that unlocks that talent for you. And I'll tell you this, right? I think that the coaching staff that's in place has an idea of what the talent on this team is, but it has to allow that talent to unlock itself. It has to allow that talent to figure out, okay, this is what I have the ability to do. I'm going to help you get here, but I feel like you have this ability. Can you pull that out of you? Winning does that. Winning gets you to that next level. Winning changes how you attack the day. And so I think that this game, for me, right, just for this season, this is not a long-term prediction. This is not a finishing out the year. This is not a 10 years down the road. That's the game that marked where we were. Because I'll tell you what, this is an opportunity for the Bears to win this game. That doesn't even mean this will be the same Green Bay team by the end of the season. But when you look at the rest of this Bears schedule and where it ends up, I can't say that all of a sudden, right, you wouldn't feel a heck of a lot more confident. I'm talking about the players. You're not feeling a heck of a lot more confident. If you're going into Houston, you're going into New York, you're playing the Jets, you're playing now the Cowboys who are missing their quarterback, and I believe he will still be out, even though Jerry Jones is like he'll be back in 4 weeks, who I believe still will be out by by the time we play them, right? Like all of a sudden there's all these games on the schedule that you say, ooh, no, we can win that too. No, we can win that too. Now, again, I don't have this Bears team being dominant, but as far as propelling yourself, getting yourself in a mindset, especially with that chip on the shoulder, you're talked about that mindset of us against them. Everybody has said the Bears suck. You now, after 2 weeks, have the mindset of, yeah, take that. Who sucks now? Who's bad now? Who's the worst team in the NFL now? We're shutting all of y'all up and we're not stopping here. If you have that mindset moving forward, that could be a completely different ball game and take a completely different spin on this season, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.